I love all of my trees, though I do have a particular soft spot for this one. Not least because I thought it was too scruffy to sell, so I chucked it on what was then the compost heap on its side, and it's thriving. Perhaps because it's had all the nutrients from the compost heap, perhaps because it's a standalone and doesn't have any competition. It's extremely healthy to the point where it doesn't have any wind burn or frost damage on the tips at all. In previous years it's produced a few flower buds. This year it's absolutely covered in them, which is fabulous because this is a Eucalyptus Nitens, and I'd say eucalyptus seed in general is becoming scarcer. I paid 10 times what I paid previously for Eucalyptus Nitens seed earlier this year, and it was rubbish. Not one of them germinated. I tried stratifying them, not stratifying them, cooler temperatures, hotter temperatures, more light, less light, and none of them germinated. The seed that I had bought previously, 5+ years ago now, that did germinate. So it wasn't me, it wasn't my fault that these seeds weren't germinating. Of course you need flowers from more than one tree in order to get viable seed. So it's really pleasing to see that several of the trees have flower buds. And this one in particular is another that's just absolutely covered in them. Fantastic. And I'm still learning, though I'd say that these aren't too far away from opening their flowers. Something else that would be helpful are pollinators, and it's really pleasing to see and hear all the hoverflies buzzing around today. However, so far this year I can probably count on the fingers of one hand how many bees I've seen. Normally there are lots of them here. Perhaps it's been the cold, wet weather, though the farmers did spray quite a lot of chemicals towards the end of last year, probably to try and reduce the rushes and other weeds in their fields. Whatever chemicals they were spraying, it definitely hasn't been completely effective. I'm of the opinion that we need to start moving away from the artificial fertilizer and chemical way of farming. Most eucalyptus grow fast. Eucalyptus Nitens are no exception. I planted these in October 2019, so they're not quite 5 years old yet, easily 10 meters tall. When I first started my mini forest here at Clounsnaghta and planted these Eucalyptus Nitens, my main objective was to provide myself with high quality, sustainable, renewable fuel, firewood for my stove, and that's still my main objective. Having burnt some eucalyptus, I can confirm it's just fantastic firewood. It burns really well, it's got a very low combustion temperature, and you get a lovely glowing fire with a small flame. It's just beautiful. Having burnt other firewood, I would say, given the choice, I would definitely go for eucalyptus. Having burnt turf, I don't need to hesitate. Eucalyptus is just a much better fuel. Not only is it renewable in a reasonable time frame, turf takes thousands of years to produce, to accumulate. You can grow these, as I say, these are just over 4.5 years old. If you were to plant a mini forest as I've done here in 1 metre grid pattern spacing, then after 4.5, 5 years you would start to thin these out. So you would be getting firewood, or if you're doing this commercially, you would get a return on your investment in as little as 4 to 5 years. Environmentally friendly, definitely in comparison with turf. Carbon neutral, a commercial proposition within the very short term, 5 years. I am hopeful I will get some seed by the end of this year, some what I term next generation indigenous seed, which will be more adapted, suited to the Irish climate and environment. Thanks a mil for watching. Good luck.